Hello, my loves. I'm Ellie Frost, and I'm a coach and strategist for leaders and entrepreneurs. And I want to talk today about stop settling for what you think you can get. This is where so many people go wrong, right? And then they get to a goal and they wonder why they're so unfulfilled, right? Because your fulfillment lies in matching your potential. It lies in achieving what you're capable of and then going for what you're capable of next. So what most of us do, and we don't even realize that we're doing it, is we live in our comfort zones and tell ourselves that we're going for our goals, right? Because we set a goal, but it's not a true goal. It's not what's really in our heart and soul. It's not what we really want, right? It's what we think we can get from our limited thinking based on the reality we're experiencing now. We do not align with what we're truly capable of. And the problem with these kind of goals is they're fleeting, because you're going to outgrow them as soon as you get them, right? The goals that stretch us, the goals that make us have to be better at what we do. You know, I see so much in the coaching industry, people selling people these lofty ideas of you can have the X amount of months and X amount of this, but they're not teaching people how to become the person with the skills and the creativity to, you know, add that value in the market. Yeah, we're chasing goals externally that are not helping us evolve internally, which is why, again, people fail, because they don't necessarily focus on their own capability and matching and meeting their potential, right? So we focus on an external thing that we want, that we think we can get, right, that isn't actually true to what we're capable of, so it doesn't stretch us at all. Or we go for something because it sounds sexy, but we haven't done what we need to do to become the person that effortlessly and easily. So for example, if it's money, if you are an energetic match to giving that amount of value in the world, the money, it comes effortlessly and easily to you. I've never had a client argue with my money, even when it's been high premium prices, right? Because they know the value they're going to get. But if I was chasing a money goal and, you know, I don't know, not becoming a person who just gets that amount of money because that's the value of their work, which I think the focus should be on, it's different. So there's a number of things I'm talking about here, and I know maybe it seems a lot in one, but we go for what we think we can get rather than what we're capable of. What you're capable of is becoming a version of you that deserves and is worthy and, you know, is appropriately priced for whatever that would require. If you go for what you're capable of rather than what you think you can get, then you will have growth during that process, and it will be a goal that fulfills you for longer. You're going to outgrow your goals your whole life, right? Often, because we're going to want to improve a lot of the time. But the reason people end up so dissatisfied is because they're not going for what they really want. They're going for what they think they can get. And that is actually the equivalent of living in your comfort zone. Another thing I'll share with you is another big block we have when it comes to getting our goals and getting what we want is we avoid those bigger things often because of what we think we'd have to do to get them. Right? So you might want more money or a better relationship or whatever, but you may have a load of stories about the changes you might have to make to get that thing. And actually, a lot of those stories aren't always true either. You know, for most of us, say you want to have more money, sometimes for some of my clients, it's just leaving a company and going to one that actually pays better. Same job. Sometimes it's not even a skills issue. Sometimes with a coach or with someone else I could be coaching, it could be raising their prices. Sometimes people have a lot of stories around, if I wanted to start a business, for example, I'd have to give up everything and go into debt. Not true. So a lot of the things that we think, and I'd ask, you know, if you've got any of these in your head, that we have to do to get the thing we want aren't true. A lot of people will say, well, if I was going to be a speaker, if I was going to get the ultimate partner, I'd have to lose weight or I'd have to change my appearance, and none of that has to be true. So we also tell ourselves a lie, right, based on a story that we have that would make us more appropriate for the thing we want. Now, some of those stories could be true, like I say, like improve your skills, become the person that offers the value of what you want to receive in the world. But sometimes we're settling for what we think we can get because we've got some ideas around who we'd have to be to get that thing that just simply aren't true. You could attract your ideal partner even while you're healing, because you're still moving in the direction of healing and growth. You could get the ideal partner even with a bit of extra weight, right? You could get the ideal partner or friend, whatever it is, even without the money you think you might need. So some of these things are stories, right? And some of them are opportunities for us to align with what we're truly capable of, so we easily become the energetic match, and getting the things isn't hard. It's just that just is right. So we open ourselves up. So there's two things we manifest: the goal and also the process and the way we want to attract and receive the goal. I hope you like this content. Lots of love. I'll speak to you soon.